What's up everybody, my name's King Keyblade and today we are back with another Kingdom Hearts character profile. After a short break, but today we are starting to get to the end of the organization members, but today we're going to go with the all so nonchalant and lazy Demyx of the organization. While he may not have a huge prominence in the organization or the story, he is actually a pretty entertaining character and I like him, but that's enough talking. Let's get into his profile.
Yeah. Hey, you guys are looking lively.
Demyx, also known as Meliodas Nocturne, or what a lot of people call him, is organization member number 9 and is part of only 358 by 2 Days, Kingdom Hearts 2, and the manga, but he only has a real part in Kingdom Hearts 2, and even that is decently minimal. But his story does start in 358 by 2 Days, where he helps out Roxas on multiple missions, and in the rest of the game he is there to basically make side comments to conversations others are having. Other than that, he has a part in Kingdom Hearts 2 where he shows up in the Olympus Coliseum where he stole the Olympus Stone, but he does first show up in Hollow Bastion with the rest of the organization. But he is sent after Sora in Olympus Coliseum to find out Sora's disposition, and in turn he fails to do this and attacks Sora instead, where he is defeated but not before begging Roxas, who we call Sora, to come back to the organization. And he later confronts Sora in Hollow Bastion before the 1000 Heartless battle, and he goes to fight Sora and he loses to Sora again and then disappears, and then being the 6th member of the organization to be defeated at that time. And with that, we only see him again in his data battle. When looking at the manga though, things play out a little differently, especially for his death, which actually takes place in the world that never was, where Demyx was sent to defeat Sora, and he was hesitant to do so because of Roxas being one of the former organization members. But Sora aggravates him and by saying that they are miserable members of a deplorable organization, and Demyx didn't take that lightly and then attacks. And he is then killed when Donald freezes water spikes above Demyx that fall on him, and Demyx then states he did not want to die as he looks helpless, and then makes Sora question if they actually don't have hearts. And that is his story. But he is voiced by Ryan O'Donoghue, and in English and Kenichi Suzumura in Japanese, and that is it for his background. Demyx is one of the more laid-back, lazy, and somewhat cowardice organization members. He tries to avoid combat missions at all costs, or at least avoids doing them alone, seen at times running away from battles like in Olympus Coliseum. He is also one of the jokesters in the organization, seen doing tricks and doing pranks on Axel in the manga, yet he is on good terms with both Axel and Xigbar, where Axel defends him after Roxas tries to call him out, and also calling Xigbar Ziggy. But on the opposite side of that, he seems to not like Larxene at all, being glad when she is destroyed or dies in Castle Oblivion. He does seem nicer in the manga though, basically giving the Olympus Stone to Sora, and he also tries to cheer up Kairi when she is captured. But his biggest trait is his laziness, where he avoids work and combat and tries to dump work on other members as often as possible, even though we see he is very carefree and doesn't take his assignments very seriously of chasing after Sora, probably because he cares for Roxas. But he does show that he has a more defense for the organization, because when Sora was talking down on the organization and the members, his carefree sides turned to very serious, to where he then fights Sora. It does show that he doesn't want to die after he is defeated too. He seems to be scared and generally mortified that he was disappearing. Like most organization members, again, he wears the organization jacket, but for himself, he has dirty blonde mullet-like hairstyle, and he has cyan-colored eyes, and he looks like a younger kid compared to most other organization members. He also has a nonchalant, kind of lackadaisical character movement, which fits his character. As for his fighting style, he uses a sitar named Arpeggio, which is shaped like a organization symbol, and he uses music to control, I would say, water magic, and is able to summon water clones to fight against Sora. But while fighting, he creates water columns that he dances with and uses to jet across the battlefield. He then can create falling water mines that will basically deal damage on touch. He does rarely use his sitar to attack, but he does use it sometimes too. At 358 by 2 Days, he has a limit break called Wave Gigs, where he summons large water pillars to attack, but they must be timed by button press by the player, and the better timed, the faster they are. In his final limit, he uses a large ball of water to deal damage. As a whole, Demyx tries to avoid fighting, only doing it when he has to, and as a whole, he uses mainly objects and magic to fight like clones in water. As a whole, he can be sort of strong when he wants to fight, but he is one of the lower tier strength-wise in the organization. But who can forget his always notable And that is it for his profile, and as a character I find him funny, lazy, yet still funny and entertaining. And if anything, he's one of the more nicer of the organization members. Otherwise, what do you think of Demyx? But my name is the Arcane Keyblade, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.